You've probably heard the term smart city thrown around a lot, right? But what does it really mean for your commute, your energy bill, or even the trash cans on your street? Let's get past the buzzword and figure out what a truly smart city actually looks like. I mean, seriously, what if your city could actually give you a heads up? Like, hey, you might want to take a different route. There's a water leak 3 blocks ahead. Or what if the streetlights knew to dim down right after you pass to save power? That's the kind of world we're about to dive into. And no, this isn't some far-off sci-fi movie. This is the real promise of a smart city. It's all about creating an urban environment that's constantly sensing, communicating, and responding to what its people need, right in the moment. You could say it's a city with a pulse. All right, so let's start with the absolute basics. What is a smart city when you strip away all the hype? At its core, it's really not about flashy, futuristic gadgets. It's about using technology and data for a very clear reason: to make life better, to make city services run smoother, and to build a more sustainable future for all of us. Think of it as having 4 key ingredients. First, you need the technology, all the sensors and networks. Then you need the data, which is basically the fuel for the whole system. You also need clear goals, the why behind it all. And, maybe most importantly, you need collaboration. A city can't just decide to be smart on its own. It takes the city government, private companies, and of course, us, the citizens, all working together. So if a smart city is kind of like a living organism, then it has to have a nervous system, right? Let's look at the key technologies that act like the city's brain and nerves, connecting everything together. First up, let's talk about something we can all relate to: the daily grind of getting around. Smart mobility is all about making our commutes less of a headache, smoother, faster, and a lot greener. I mean, just imagine it. Traffic lights that can see a traffic jam forming and change their timing to prevent it. Or an app on your phone that doesn't just show you a parking garage, but guides you to a specific empty spot. That's the whole idea here. Next, let's talk about power. Cities consume a staggering amount of energy, and managing all of that is a huge challenge. And this is where smart grids come in. They're a total game changer. They can intelligently pull power from all kinds of sources, including renewables. They can even talk to smart buildings and ask them to use less power during peak hours. What you get is a power system that's more responsive, more resilient, and way less wasteful. Okay, so we've covered the what and the how, but that brings us to the most important question of all: why? Why are cities all over the world pouring so much money and effort into becoming smart? Well, this really lays it out. Our cities are facing these massive challenges: more people, more traffic, and a ton of strain on infrastructure that's sometimes a century old. A smart city isn't a luxury. It's becoming a necessary solution. Instead of just reacting to a burst water pipe, sensors could predict that it's about to fail, saving tons of water, time, and money. Now, it's easy to get swept up in the futuristic vision, but let's be real for a second. Building a truly smart city is incredibly complex, and there are some pretty major hurdles in the way. And this right here is the crucial point. A city is about people, not just data. If the latest tech doesn't actually help the community, or worse, creates new problems, then it doesn't matter how smart it is, it's failed. So, these are the big ones. How do you protect all of that sensitive data? A single hack could be a catastrophe. How do you pay for upgrading ancient infrastructure? And critically, how do you make sure these projects help everyone and don't just create a city for the tech-savvy while leaving others behind? These are really tough questions that every city has to face. Okay, let's bring all this back down to street level. What would it actually feel like to live in a neighborhood that's been made smarter? Let's just, take a quick walk. Picture this. You're walking home at night. The path ahead of you brightens, giving you a safe, clear view. Then, as soon as you pass, the lights behind you dim down. The city is literally adapting to your presence, saving energy second by second. A little further down the block, you pass a trash can, but it's not overflowing. Why? Because a sensor inside already told the sanitation department that it was full. So the collection truck isn't wasting gas driving a fixed route. It's only going where it's actually needed. Think about it. Less noise, less traffic, cleaner streets. You finally get to your apartment building, and it's basically an active team player in the city's power grid. It's intelligently managing its own heating and cooling, drawing less power during a heat wave to help prevent brownouts. Your home is helping keep the lights on for the entire neighborhood. And finally, you decide to head to the park. So you pull out your phone. The city is communicating directly with you, giving you everything you need: live bus times, available bikes, open parking spots, all in one place. It's a totally seamless connection between you and the world around you. So, as we wrap this up, we're left with this one big question. This interconnected future offers some incredible convenience and efficiency, right? But it also works by collecting huge amounts of data about our lives. So, what's the right balance between progress and privacy, between ultimate convenience and total control? That's the real challenge we all have to figure out. What do you think?